Hey, young man, you look like you just saw a ghost. Eric, a young gas station attendant, was going about his daily routine when an old woman pulled up to one of the pumps. As he pumped gas, he noticed a small tattoo on the woman's wrist, a sign that would unexpectedly lead him to an encounter that would change his life forever. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stories to Heal. Today, I am happy to share a new story with you. Don't forget to subscribe and watch to the end. Eric is a 26-year-old young man, an artist with big dreams, who works part-time as a gas station attendant. The job was not something he dreamed of, but over the past 3 years, he has found that the job has given him the opportunity to meet many people from different backgrounds. As someone who used to be shy, this job has helped Eric become more confident and open to the world. Every morning, Eric arrives at the gas station in his blue uniform, faded from frequent laundering. His favorite spot is pump number 1 because he can see the busy main road, watch the cars go by, and enjoy the fresh morning air. Although the routine seemed simple, Eric found comfort in it. Meeting different customers and hearing their short stories gave him a new perspective on life. It was a bright morning, and the gas station was doing business as usual. Several customers came and went, and Eric served them politely. As he was talking to his coworker, an old black car drove up to him. The car slowly stopped in front of the pump, and from behind the wheel, an elderly, neatly dressed woman stepped out. Her silver hair, neatly combed, and her warm smile made Eric immediately approach her. "Good morning, ma'am," Eric greeted with a smile. "Good morning, son," the woman replied in a soft voice. "Can you fill up my car?" "Of course," Eric said as he began to fill the woman's car. When the filling process was complete, Eric walked over to the woman to ask how he would like to pay. "Would you like to pay with cash or credit card?" he asked politely. But before he could finish his sentence, the woman had already reached for the cash. That's when Eric saw something that made him freeze. On the woman's right wrist was a small tattoo that caught his attention. The tattoo was of a half heart with a small cross in the middle, creating a simple yet striking design. Despite its minimalist appearance, the tattoo had a uniqueness that set it apart from the tattoos Eric usually saw. Upon seeing it, Eric recognized the tattoo without a doubt, as it was not something he often saw on the people around him. Eric's jaw dropped, and he stood frozen. The woman noticed the change in his expression and tilted her head, her eyes narrowing in question. "Is something wrong, son?" she asked quietly. Eric tried to control himself, but his voice sounded nervous as he replied, "Oh, no, ma'am. I'm fine." But the woman didn't just believe him. "You look pale. What happened?" Eric swallowed, his eyes returning to the tattoo on the woman's wrist. Finally, he dared to speak. "This tattoo," he said in a hoarse voice. "It reminds me of someone, a woman named Claudia. She has the same tattoo." The woman was surprised to hear the name. Her eyebrows raised and her smile widened. "Claudia? That's a coincidence, because my name is Claudia. Claudia Smith," she said. Eric felt his body go limp as a realization dawned on him. His eyes widened and he stared at the woman in disbelief. "Claudia? Are you the Claudia who used to take care of me and my sister?" he asked in a hopeful voice. The woman stared at him for a moment. Then a soft smile appeared on her face. "Eric? Eric Kent? Is that you?" she asked emotionally. "Yes," Eric replied enthusiastically, a broad smile on his face. "It's me, Eric." The woman, Claudia, got out of her car and immediately hugged Eric tightly. Tears of joy streamed down her cheeks. "Look at you now. You've grown up. I never thought I'd see you again," she said, wiping away her tears. "How are your parents? Is your mom still mad at me for sneaking you candy?" Eric giggled, feeling like a kid again. "I think she's over it by now," he said with a smile. "What about your sister Maggie? She must be all grown up by now," Claudia asked enthusiastically. Eric's smile slowly faded, and he lowered his head. "We lost Maggie a few years after we moved out of town," he said quietly. "She was in a car accident." Claudia was shocked at the news. She held Eric's hand tightly. "Oh, son, I'm so sorry to hear that," she said, her voice shaking. "It's okay, Claudia. It's been years," Eric said, trying to calm the old woman. They continued to talk, reminiscing about the past and telling stories. However, they didn't notice that 2 cars had lined up behind Claudia, waiting for their turn. A car horn interrupted their moment. "We should meet again," Claudia said hurriedly. She reached into her purse, wrote her phone number and address on a piece of paper, and handed it to Eric. "Come to my house tonight when you get off work." Eric nodded, though his heart was heavy as he watched Claudia leave. All day long his thoughts couldn't leave her. He remembered all the wonderful memories they had shared when he was little. Claudia was not only a nanny, but also a mother figure to him. That night, after finishing work, Eric went straight home, cleaned up, and ate a little. After resting, he called Claudia to let her know he was on his way. Claudia welcomed him warmly into her cozy little home, and they spent the night talking at length. Claudia told him about her life, the regret she felt for not following her dreams when she was young. She encouraged Eric not to give up on his dream of becoming an artist, and even offered to help him financially. "I have savings, Eric. Use that money to make your dream come true," Claudia said sincerely. Eric was so surprised and touched. Thanks to Claudia's help, he was finally able to realize his dream of continuing his art studies, which had long been his greatest ambition. Claudia supported Eric with all her heart, like a mother who sincerely loves and guides her child. Claudia's selfless support gave Eric the strength and enthusiasm to keep moving forward, even though the road ahead was full of challenges. Years later, Eric's hard work and determination paid off. He achieved great success as a renowned artist and received widespread recognition for his work. But sadly, Claudia was no more. She left this world peacefully, leaving an unseen but meaningful legacy in Eric's heart, who continues to cherish every memory of this extraordinary woman. As a token of his deep respect and infinite gratitude, Eric named his first daughter Claudia Margaret Kent. The name symbolizes respect not only for Claudia, but also for Margaret, another woman who had a great influence on Eric's life. In this way, Eric immortalized 2 people who changed his life in a profound way. The story of Eric and Claudia is living proof that an unexpected meeting can make a profound difference in a person's life. Their relationship shows how kindness and genuine support can have a lasting impact, even beyond the boundaries of life itself. Claudia also left a will detailing everything she had in her life. The letter was very neatly written with great affection, showing how deeply Claudia cared for Eric, whom she considered to be her own son. Every word in the letter reflects a mother's sincere care and love for her child, even to the end of her life. In the letter, Claudia conveys a profound message to Eric to never stop dreaming, to continue pursuing his dreams, and to always try to be a person full of compassion for others. She hopes that Eric will live his life with a sincere heart and the courage to face all challenges. The letter is now one of Eric's most treasured possessions, not only for its emotional value, but also because the messages it contains are an eternal reminder of the power of a mother's great love and sacrifice. Like this story? Click like and subscribe for more stories, and share your opinion with a word in the comment section.